you just give the sense here that Luka's in a different plane right now for him, even for him. Like we're seeing another level for him right now. I'm wondering what the eyeball test says for you, Dave.
Well, I was speaking to Tim McMahon, who also covers the NBA for us, and he is based in Dallas, and he covers a lot of Mavs games. And he pointed out to me, which I didn't register in the moment, but the game winner he hit over Gobert in Game 2, normally he's taken that shot off his left foot. That shot was off his right foot, and so if we are seeing the evolution of Luka Doncic getting an even deeper bag in these high leverage situations, watch out, because the guy is he's a Mack truck out there on the floor. He's one of those guys that if you can go see in person, you're not just going to be impressed by the shooting ability and the passing wizardry, but he is just a massive human being, and it makes him a really tough one-on-one cover, again, because he can spray out the shooters, but because it's hard to keep a body in front of him. And Jaden McDaniel has done a admirable job this series of having the motor to be able to stay attached to him and run through screens and go all over the 94 by 50 hardwood to stay near him. But Jaden McDaniels is a slight guy, and Luka can, kind of knock him off his anchor with a hip thrust or with, a bit of a back down dribble. You're going to be hard pressed to find a guy who is built to stop Luka Doncic. And the problem is, if you want to send a double, well, there's Kyrie Irving waiting, and he is also one of the best guys, not just in today's game, but of all time, with the ball in his hands. And so it's a formidable Dallas group. We'll see what happens with Derek Lively II, their rookie center, who had that scary inadvertent injury from Karl-Anthony Towns knocking his knee in the back of his head. He has neck sprain right now, questionable for Game 4. But speaking to people around Lively, there's not too much concern that should they get to the NBA Finals that he wouldn't be ready for a Game 1 scenario. There's just a ton of depth with this Dallas team, and Nico Harrison, the general manager, deserves a lot of credit for changing the complexion of the group, adding a Daniel Gafford, adding a PJ Washington. You also already had Derrick Jones Jr. and Lively going into the trade deadline. They just have long, rangy defenders who can run the floor. And then again, two of the best guys in the entire league with the ball in their hands, finding those players. It's a beautiful band of basketball, and their defense is a lot better in person than I think they get credit for.
Well, I mean, I saw video, speaking of Luka's size, I saw video of him going up and dapping up Travis Kelce in the tunnels after the Game 3 win, and they were eye to eye. And Travis Kelce's a massive human being. But by the way, I'm not going Austin Rivers on you here with the NBA and the NFL. I'm just kind of pointing that out and equating it for people who might just be wondering about Luka. But I also saw another video on the Dreadful X site, Dave, over the weekend where somebody was pointing out the 6 different defenses that the Timberwolves were throwing at Luka, and he beat every one of them. He saw them coming. He beat every one of them. And I know you mentioned Kyrie as an option. He was ooping it up to Gafford and Lively before he was, hurt, knocked out of the game. He just, again, like I said, he just appears to be unstoppable. One of those unstoppable guys. And I know he's always been that way, but it just feels different right now. It just really does, Dave.
Yeah, and obviously he's dealing with, a bit of knee discomfort. He was listed as questionable going into Game 3. You could see him hobbled from it in the Western Conference semifinals against OKC. I guess that's a bit of a question mark still on everyone's minds, is if can his body hold up for another, potentially 5 more wins they would need for a championship. But the mental strength that he has, certainly, in the will to win, you just see it in this approach. He's a true competitor. McDaniels asked him about the shot that Luka hit on him late in Game 3, because after Game 2, McDaniels said, hey, if Coach Finch calls for a switch again, I am not going to listen to the coach. I want to be guarding Luka in that late game situation on the right side of the floor. Well, he got what he wished for. And McDaniels had actually that turnaround shot that Luka hit to put them, I think, up 6 with about a minute to go. McDaniels said, I fouled him. The ref didn't call it, but I had nothing left that I could do but to foul him, and Luka still made it. So he's at another level, and that's what you love seeing, because this is the best of the best. This is the best basketball in the world being played right now.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.